Hi everybody. I'd like to take a few minutes to orient you to the Canvas portion of your clinical rotations. I'm going to use clinical rotation 8 as a demonstration, but be assured that clinical rotations 1 through 8 are all set up pretty much the same in Canvas, whether you have Dr. Giannetti or myself. And so once you see this, when you log into your clinical rotation Canvas course in August, it should look very familiar. So I'm going to log in to the course, and I'm going to get into the student view, just that you can see pretty much what you would see when you're in the course yourself. So just give me a minute to do that. And there we go. So when you enter the course, you'll be taken to this home screen. Here on the left dash, whatever screen you're in will be highlighted in green. The home screen is going to be very, very important and one of the main things that you'll need to navigate this course successfully. Other important screens that can be accessed through the left dash are the announcement screen, the assignment screen if you want to see your assignments arranged in a different way than they are on the home screen. You can access the assignments both in the home screen and the assignment screen. The grade screen is important. The syllabus is very important, and you must read that at the beginning of the course and also anytime you have a question about how the course works and what the grading criteria is. In that syllabus tab, you will also find the overall clinical rubric, which will also help you know what your grading criteria is for each of the components of this clinical rotations course. There's also a tab here called the quizzes tab, and that's kind of an understatement because what you take at the end of each rotation is a very rigorous board type multiple choice exam, except when you're on elective where you complete an elective assignment instead of the exam. That will make more sense when you're on the rotation and you read through the assignments. While we're on the subject of EORs, you will take an end of rotation exam, which is a board type exam, through Canvas using Lockdown Browser for every rotation except internal medicine, primary care, and the elective. For internal medicine and primary care, you also take a board type exam, but those exams are via the PAEA website for which you used when you took the PAC-RAT. So you have exams for every rotation except elective, where you do an elective assignment. You take Canvas exams with Lockdown Browser for every rotation except internal medicine and primary care. And for internal medicine and primary care, you have board type exams that are accessed through the PAEA website that you used for the PAC-RAT. So that, as I said, will make more sense towards callback day. But let's get back to this home tab and screen. So if you're in the home screen, one of the important things that you can see here is a to-do list, and that's very, very helpful because it tells you what's coming up and what's due. This is also the place where you'll look if you're assigned any peer reviews. For example, for the elective assignment, you'll find those there. But in this home screen, there's lots of important things, and we're going to scroll and take a tour through them. For example, in the very unlikely event that you have to submit something late, you can submit a late submission request here before the due date, and I will review that and grant permission for you to accept to submit something late in those rare instances. Sometimes I might not approve it, but anyway, that's where you can put the request in before the due date. There's also some important study guides here that you can scroll by and utilize. There's some interesting links that you might find helpful, some good tutorials. And then if you continue to scroll down, what you'll see is your assignments by rotation type. So if you're on primary care, Here are the assignments by due date listed for primary care. Let me just click on one here that you can see what that looks like. Here's the clinical rotation assignment, and it is described in great detail. And then there's also a rubric which tells you in even more detail what you have to do to pass and also to get full marks. In addition to that, you'll find the assignment drop box to which you have to submit the assignment by the due date. I'm going to go back to that home screen for a minute that I can show you a different assignment. Now there are some assignments, but they are listed here. For example, the 3-week time log that's actually completed in exact, but the due date and the description of the assignment appears here in Canvas, but you are directed to complete that in exact, even though we describe it here for you. So basically, Canvas is your home base, and you can always tell what's due and when it's due and find the description of the activity here in the Canvas course. A couple of other things that I would like to draw your attention to is that when you were on internal medicine, there is an internal medicine teaching afternoon with an assignment for that's due before the actual teaching afternoon, and also a preparation for that teaching afternoon if you Zoom in rather than come in person. So if you're starting out on internal medicine, be sure to look at the internal medicine teaching afternoon assignment and make a note of the due date. For elective, make sure that you read through that elective assignment and make a note of the due date for the various components of it. When you are on primary care, there's a special didactic week that you will participate in that will give you some good foundation in primary care and also women's health. And you can read about that in the respective assignments here in Canvas. So that's basically the main things that you really need to know to navigate through this Canvas course. Before you begin the course and submit your first assignment, you are required to read through the entire course, read through the syllabus and the overall clinical rubric, and also read the departmental manual and any relevant referenced portions of the college manual, and then attest that you have read these materials, that you understand them, and that any questions that you may have had were answered to your satisfaction. I can't impress upon you enough how important it is for you to be familiar with these things at the onset of your second year and at the beginning of every rotation to give them some thought. I am delighted to be working with you this year, and I wish you all the best in your clinical year. Dr. Giannetti and I are both an email away. We are available to meet with you by appointment, and we wish you great success and fulfillment during this year. So take care, and thank you for looking at this tutorial. Have a great evening.